Good morning. I just wanted to talk to you about how shadows thrive going unaddressed. Meaning that if you don't illuminate that corner of your room, that corner of your consciousness, cobwebs and shadows and various energies will start to build. And so that's why it's so important to be able to own the vibrations which you experience, to be able to own every part of your inner temple. So if you're experiencing something, then you're like, oh no, 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 not gonna go there. No. Then that part of your room, you never go there. You never open that drawer. And so if there's something in there, that sandwich is gonna get moldy. That cobweb, that spider web is gonna grow huge. And then when you clean it out later, it's gonna be much bigger of a deal. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, what happens is we often take our emotions and we take our suffering so personally. It's like, I am personally such a bad person. I am personally embarrassed that I haven't cleaned this part of my room. In the same way that if you have a friend who's like embarrassed because they haven't cleaned their house, the embarrassment doesn't help. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't help. It's only going in there, getting your like cleaning supplies, and just going in there and just addressing like, wow, yo, you haven't been to this part of your room in forever. And they're like, yo, I know. Let's go. Let's check it out. Oh, look at this drawer. Okay, we wanna empty some of this. Like, do you want to keep this? Do you want to keep this? No. Okay. What about this? Yeah, that's precious. Okay. It's like, wow, you never would have found some of these things that you wanted to keep that you love, or maybe new things that you completely forgot about if you didn't address that area, if you didn't address that energy. So the biggest thing here is uncoupling, taking it so personally when we have uncomfortable emotions, when we have our own suffering, and almost treat it like it's just it's almost like a neutral thing. So it's like you're driving your car and then your car has an issue and then you're like, okay, I need to go to the mechanic. But when you go to the mechanic and they're like, yeah, it looks like you have a transmission issue, you're not like, no, I don't. Well, how could you say that about me? How could you say that? I have done a lot of car repair. You can't tell me that I don't have a functioning car. I'm like, no, no, ma'am, your car works. It's just that if we don't address this transmission thing, it might be an issue for you down the line. And we want to just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't take personally what the mechanic says about your car. But when it comes to the human being, we take it so personally. Like, I do this. Everybody does this. We are so emotionally invested into our own human vehicle and into, yeah, and into taking everything about it so personally. And that's where disidentifying with, whatever's going on is so helpful. But when you can just present it in a neutral way and own it, like, yeah, I don't know, my car, my car has been having a lot of guilt lately. Like, honestly, I've just been observing that, and I think I'm actually I'm kind of just checking that guilt pocket right now and just realizing like, wow, yeah, that's been a thing that's been going on with this, and yeah, thank you. This is a good space. It's helpful for me to address that, and you realize there's nothing wrong with you because you are not the car. You are the space of consciousness that we can mutually share together that notices, right? We know it. We both get to notice that. And, if you're with somebody who's able to meet you in that space, and sometimes we notice things about my car, sometimes we notice things about your car, sometimes we notice things about somebody else's car, but we're always just noticing, and that's what allows us to step back a little bit and not take it so personally. So I just want to send you this recommendation to address those unattended corners of your consciousness. Because one of the spaces so now I'll get a little bit honest and vulnerable, I didn't attend to my heart. I didn't address my heart for a very, very long time. And so my heart became kind of like the corner filled with all the cobwebs. For real. And it was heavy. It was dense. And I could feel accumulations there. And I would constantly be like, no, I can't look at that. But then once I started to check in and be like, hey, oh my God, there is so much shame and guilt here right now. Wow. And I started to check that more regularly. Those cobwebs, those unattended to shadows wouldn't really build up in the same way. So when I habitually look there, when I shine light and bring awareness there, the cobwebs, the shadows don't accumulate in the same way. And so that's something I've had to learn how to do. And that's something that we all kind of had to learn to do. But if you haven't been checking somewhere, if you haven't been bringing light to somewhere within you, then it seems weird, it seems bizarre to go and check a new place. Like if you haven't been cleaning this one area in your closet, you're like, my room is friggin' clean. But it's like that one area though in your closet, if you don't check that, it could get so messy. It could build up with so much cobwebs that it'll start to overflow out of your closet. I mean, saying it'll like build up. So, but then, for somebody who cleans their whole room, they're like, no, look, everything else is perfect, it's beautiful. But it's like, you gotta attend to everything. This whole body temple needs our full attention, and we wanna look at every piece, every place. This is something that's been definitely confirmed by reading The Chakra System, which is a great book. I recommended the book on my Telegram page. So if you want to see the exact book I'm reading, I'd highly recommend getting on Telegram and joining me on Telegram in the link through my bio, just because I share amazing resources there. But yeah, every single point, right? Actually address every point of your body and the energies therein. So I love you. I care about you. I hope that this can help you. I hope that you can really tend to some of the unattended places. Sometimes that's just being grounded. If you haven't been feeling grounded for a long time, sometimes you can't even tell the difference. You're like, I feel grounded. But then if you actually drop in, you actually feel grounded, you're like, oh, I get it now. I get it. I feel more grounded now. I didn't even realize. I thought that was normal. Or if you feel like your heart is closed, sometimes you forget what it was like to have your heart open until it opens again. And you're like, oh yeah, oh my God, it feels so good in my heart and my body. So just giving you that encouragement to check every nook and cranny of yourself in a space of just illuminating, just seeing what's there, and unconditionally opening up to that experience to allow more light and allow more of you. I love you.